Hello, brothers and sisters. It is I, Angelo. I am your father, and you are my children. You are lost without me. I have raised you. I've tried to teach you as well as I could. Man, I am like sleep deprived, even after sleeping okay last night. And you will learn as I learn. And you, oh, damn, this phone does not fit well in this case. I can't even get it out of its case into my like phone clip on my car. Brothers and sisters, comrades, today we are going to make the most important decision that we will ever make. I have been in an hour of meditation. I have been in the desert. I have walked in the desert. And it is apparent to me things are unsustainable the way they're going. So we must change. There's so much darkness out there. Packets of pepper, too small. Salt, too big. Great. I got 3/8 of a micron of pepper in this. This wouldn't happen if we made a plan. I've been working an awful lot. And neglecting you, my children. I've been neglecting these videos. When I go to sleep, I hear the cries of my children lost in the streets. You all are pimping and pandering. I know you can do better. Hot sauce. And I know it's not your fault, it's mine. So a couple things. Whatever I say here does not go outside this video. Do not share what I say here. This is meant to be in our family. You don't go against your family. I think I've shown that through all my life. I just never turn against my family, ever, for any reason. I've always been 100% loyal to everybody in my family. Click like, everyone. What the hell, I can't, that damn light bouncing off the screen. I'm eating chicken, eggs, and potatoes. And onions and bell peppers. As I was saying to you, my children, first of all, can you all agree you're not going to tell anyone? Do not tell your families. They will try and turn you against me. I am your family. I am your father. We all just at home, like a Zoom court hearing, just hold your hand over your heart and swear, I pledge to never turn against Angelo. Please stand. Barely eaten in days. If I slept, I still gotta sleep more. I thought I could just be like a badass that powers through lack of sleep. Man, it is starting to get difficult to consistently go without sleep. Because I've been like, oh, I'm just going to push myself. Work my job, work 12 hours a day. I'm training someone at my job, so that takes even more time because, training's that's going fine, but training, things go a little slower because I'm training someone else. And then when they leave, I'm doing a bunch of overtime to do more work. Anyways, that's all good though. Nothing wrong with that. But I don't know, it's just weird. It's like I've gotten a look at myself lately. And I'm like, man, I've become all about my job for a guy who never wanted a job. You see where this is headed? And that is simply unsustainable. COVID cases have hit over 3,000 a day in LA now. Up from around 200 or 300 a day for a few weeks. Means more lockdowns, less events. Almost keto. Yeah, I do have toast as well. I may eat the toast now or later. But yeah, it's kind of unsustainable, like what I'm putting myself through. I am saving money. I am saving a lot of money. Not a lot like maybe some other people, but for me it's a lot of money. It's more money than I've ever had in my life. Not even enough to move out really, but I'm saving a decent amount, but I can't be about this forever, just working so much, trying to make money. The one thing I'm trying to make sure never happens, I never try and get as just dark and depressed as I have been in the past. And I still get that way, but I'm just like, nope, not gonna let it happen. Push through it. Click like everyone. These are great. This is better than what's in the Bible. I wrote the Bible. I'm sorry, it was a rough draft. It never meant to leak out. My agent, accidentally sent the wrong copy to the publisher, and they just went with it. I don't want to keep living with my kind of slob roommates. Not like 100% slobs, like, oh fuck, Annandale, that was the worst. But I still think about, like, damn, I wish I was sleeping in my car again. I wish I was staying away from all these fucks and saving my rent money. But that's okay. I'm like, okay, I have to be good at just going through this. Hey, this is way better than, in many ways, than just being so poor I had no choice. But being incredibly poor made me who I am. I mean, it made it possible. Oh, what a corny phrase. It made it possible for me to even survive this, to manage the stress of it. That was a big thing I learned while homeless: stress management. Get up early, work out relatively hard, eat well. Engage in consistent, dedicated practice in things I like screenwriting. So now the class I'm taking, it's probably nowhere near as hard as it would. And not that I'm worried about it being hard or not. I just mean it's something I know I'm getting something out of because I've already done so much practice. Like, I know sort of how to apply myself to keep at it. I was writing so much for this assignment I have due today. Well, it was due last Wednesday. The class is today. I was up till like midnight Tuesday night writing it to have it ready for turning in Wednesday. We had to turn it in a few days early so everybody could look at our samples. I was so dead tired. I was like, I couldn't see because like I was falling asleep sitting there at my laptop, but I was forcing myself to rewrite it. So it's like my eyes would go completely out of focus and like just go to black, and I'd be like, I have to make sure I can see again and I'm not falling asleep while awake. Falling asleep with my eyes open. And I'm like, man. I should be taking more time off work. My disgusting, dopey roommate who's like always fucking, like he sucks in air in his nose. He like sniffs his nose and it sounds like a whistle. And he does it constantly. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. Going to the bathroom, leaving trash out, like leaving cleaning supplies out, and it doesn't look like anything's been cleaned. On the sink. He did that with some cleaning supplies I bought. I saw him in the bathroom, I took him out, took him back to my room. I had them under the sink, but being treated like trash. Same, the used toilet paper roll, he just sets it on the sink. I'm too tired to do this, but you can do it, okay? So, I've already talked to the guy I rent from a few times about this. He's been so nice. He's so cool. I finally have a better understanding of how to talk to him about this and where he's coming from, because he really wanted to make me feel better about living here when I was letting him know I was really mad about my roommate and his girlfriend. But other people in the house too, just being dirty, not cleaning up. So I'm like, what's the point? I may as well give my notice. I'm thinking I'll just tell him 2 months. That gives me more time to save money. And he wanted, originally when I moved in, he said make it a 45-day notice when you move out. So I'm like, I don't want to move out in the middle of the month. So maybe I'll make it 2 months. So the decision, the time to make a decision is at hand, people. The great tribulation is upon us. And it's not just moving, that's not the big deal. Also, I'm a little bit, I shouldn't be, because I'm like, big deal. That's what adults deal with. Signing a lease somewhere and dealing with some shithead landlord and asshole neighbors. It doesn't matter where you go. It could be a place you spend a lot of money on it, a place that's lower, the rent's lower. Doesn't matter. It can all go bad. So, and I'll only be able to afford like my credit shit since I filed bankruptcy. Not that they should care if I have a lot of money saved up, but it's going to be a big deposit, man. I know that. It's going to be at least like $1,200 for a studio, and Even at that, I'll only be able to look at places like maybe in Koreatown. I may just have to go to Airbnbs month to month. Try and stay near my job. Try and stay in Hollywood. I'm an important Hollywood filmmaker. Eventually get my car door fixed. These body shops won't even get back to me when I send them the estimates that my insurance company gave me, because the labor for an insurance job is lower than, you know, if you just go in yourself. So I don't think they even want to do them. But it's much bigger than moving. It's like, also, you know, my whole day is just, it's not even bad. I'm not complaining in the least, but it's like I know I should be changing something. Like I gotta push, I gotta write, but I'm like always either at work or just coming home and you know, getting ready for the next day, making my lunch for the next day. So I got to be able to do something different. Maybe I will see Jules and Jim tonight at the Secret Movie Club. I kind of thought, man, I just want to sleep. I'm going to get out of the movie like 10:30. Still get up at 3:45 tomorrow. I don't like sleeping in. Ultimately, get up more like 4:30. I keep waking up with my alarm. The alarm on my new phone, it sounds so weird. It doesn't sound like an alarm, so it's like confusing to me when I wake up and I don't know it's an alarm. I gotta change what kind of alarm it is. All these alarm sounds are too pleasant. I need something like jolting. Thank you, Slouch. Lack of sleep breaks you down, that's right. Not just mentally, but physically it can harm you. You know, it can contribute to heart disease, hardening of the arteries, cancer. So it's like I don't want to be like almost always trying to prove to myself, yes, I can go without sleep. I know I can now. And doing as much as possible. I don't waste much time throughout the day, ever. My job is not really stressful because I know how to manage the stress. If I hadn't been homeless, holy shit, I could not handle it, because I couldn't handle people even wanting to know me and be around me and like be nice. I couldn't handle it. I just wanted to be away from them. When I was at my bouncer job, you know, I don't feel too bad about it. I don't feel bad about it really, because, you know, it's where I was in my life. But I would talk to some people, be friendly and stuff, but other people, they would talk to me like I wasn't rude, or I wasn't trying to be rude. I know once in a while people got bothered about that, but I just didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to be friends with people. I didn't want to make jokes and conversation. I didn't want to make people laugh. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was just in such a bad mood. I'm determined to try and not be like that again. I don't consider it wasted time, because it was a big part of my life, and also it'll be something I write a movie about. A character who lives through something like that, goes through something like that. Mateo asked what's happening. That's what we all want to know. Mateo, we are at an inflection point in history. I just inflected out my ass. First, like, no, I've had 2 other meals this week that were kind of solid meals, but man, Barely been eating. Basically, I'm just saying, I don't know. I just got to keep doing stuff, figuring out something, not different, because I'm doing what I'm doing. But try and, I don't know, it's not a specific thing. It's not like, oh, just work less hours, go out more. I don't know. There's no one thing. It's really about keeping my mind right. And my mind is right for the most part. Mateo, you will not get it unless you watch. First of all, you have to watch all my videos going back 11 years, 12 years now. So get on it. Over 2,000 videos. Including the sleep live streams. I tried live streaming with this new phone the other day. It kept cutting out throughout the night. Every time I woke up to go to the bathroom, I'd come back and check on it, and it had cut out. So I don't know what to do with this. You watched a lot of clips? No. They are not called clips. They are videos. You have to watch all of them through the entirety of the videos. Basically, I don't know. I realize this every once in a while, like, I gotta be more involved in movies somehow. I don't feel right when I'm not. I can't really work on movie sets now. I'm busy with classes on the weekends. I used to work on movie sets more, at least on the weekends. I did work on a movie set after I got this job that I'm working now in a film archive. But I'm taking classes now, weekends. I'm just doing so much, like the writing is the big thing. I just don't have time. Even before that, before my classes, I was working pretty much every weekend at my job on Saturdays. And it's been really hard, like, to do anything else. I'm like, I gotta do something involved with film. So I guess maybe I should go to that film club tonight. Maybe not try and do so much all the time, constantly, you know. Or figure out how to apply myself differently. But, yeah, anyways, I don't want to let myself keep getting into this, you know, anger and depression that I used to have a lot of, and I feel myself slipping into it sometimes. I'm like, whoa, I cannot let myself do this. I will completely, like, collapse under pressure, and, you know, when I'm like that, I just want to go live in my car again, like I did for 2 years. 2.5 years. I just want to be homeless again. And I almost, like, just want to just get away from everybody. And I know people, it's weird, I don't even want people knowing about any of that. Not you, my children. You know everything about me. Everything. Well, no, you don't, but I don't know, it's just weird. People, you know, I don't know. It's such a small problem. But really, I don't want people even knowing if I go homeless again. I don't want them seeing that and thinking, oh man, Angelo's in trouble. Angelo, you know, needs our help or something. It's just like, I just want to be away from everything. But I can't. No problem, Mateo. Eres Alemán? Alemanian? Aleman? Yeah, Alemán is Spanish for German. I'd like to learn German. I want to watch German movies. Especially the films of Rainier Werner Fassbinder. They're playing them at the Secret Movie Club, but they play them Wednesdays. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go out on a Wednesday night and go to work at 6:30 in the morning. As my new coworker gets more trained at my job, maybe I'll be able to work less hours, more like reasonable hours. But anyways, it's just time management, stress management, all that stuff. Deutsch in German, of course. Jeffrey Cockington, you can start your new job Monday? You were looking for a job for a while, right? I think of something else. Dude, I was just thinking about Das Boot today, how much I love that film. I've seen the theatrical cut, the director's cut, and the 5-hour miniseries version. To my surprise, the 5-hour miniseries version is actually really good. It probably best portrays how, the boredom really drove the, what are the Submariners? Miserable. Although there is that one scene where the British, they go find the British convoy that have been, they attacked the British convoy. Like they surfaced hours later after they attacked them, and the British ship is like burning, and the sailors are jumping off there. And Jurgen Prochnow says, why aren't they being rescued? And he's so angry and he's shocked because it's like there's the sailor's code of like never leave anybody behind, even if it's the enemy, you bring them on. However, there's absolutely no room in the submarine for them, so they descend again. And in the director's cut and the theatrical cut, I like more that they don't say anything after that. They're just totally quiet. In the mini-series version, Jurgen Prochnow is given a speech to say to, one of the guys, like, how many should we take? 50, 100? Like, we can't even fit any of these guys on the ship. And it's like, we get it. Like, it's already, so messed up and sad. Favorite movie is Fitzcarraldo. I've never seen that. I've only seen one Werner Herzog film, and that is Wheel of Time, one of his lesser-known documentaries about people who make treks like thousands of miles around the world, sometimes on foot. But I don't know what he's exaggerating and what's not. He does that thing where he fictionalizes stuff. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know. That's his way of doing things. But it's like a Buddhist. They travel every year to certain places for certain festivities or commemoration. And also it got into people who were imprisoned for protesting for Tibet. And man, one of the stories, and again, I don't know what's true or not, but the guy said that he was in prison and the jailer, he had like a 10-year prison sentence for saying free Tibet or something, and he yelled to the jailer or something like that, like free Tibet again, and he's like, they added another 10 years right there, and he told him, like, you're getting another 10 years for that, and he yelled free Tibet, he got another, and eventually he was let out, and now he's an old man. I'm like, man, that guy, he really stood up for himself. Like, he was willing, I guess, or I don't know what you call it, because you can't exactly say willing, but he knowingly kept saying free Tibet, and maybe he was just driven, so angry, like he didn't care what he said. I've felt like that sometimes. When you're being, not being treated right, and he just kept yelling free Tibet. It's like, man, you spent most of your life in prison, and now you're this old man. But anyways, it was an interesting documentary, but that's the only one I've seen of his, and I've seen a bunch of interviews with him, but I haven't seen any of his other films. Hello everyone, GV. Yes, Klaus Kinski. And Grizzly Man played at a theater I worked at when I was like 20, but I never saw it. I never knew what it was about, and I didn't know much about Werner Herzog, so I didn't want it to be like, oh, it's just going to be something that romanticizes this guy. We should all be living among the Grizzlies. And what I've heard Werner Herzog say about the film is like, no, this guy, yes, he has admirable qualities. I guess him and his girlfriend, but also, he was living, an illusion in a way. Not to judge him too harshly. I mean, he died. But that, this idea that, wild predators are your friends is not true. Hello everyone, doing all right now that my children are here, my disciples. I am just working a lot, basically. Not even, I couldn't say overwhelmed. It's good, I'm doing so much, but I don't even like saying, oh, I want to be doing something. That's out of character for me. I don't complain like that and say, oh, I want to be doing something else. I don't want to be doing something else. I want to do what I'm doing, but I'm just, first of all, I just want to make more videos too. I don't feel right if I'm not making videos as much, and I've been so busy. I'm going to throw this away in the park. I've been so busy, I haven't even had time to make videos. I've been writing so much and working so much, just dead tired. Yep, you lost my last streams. Hey, FOT fans. Moist Andy, do you cook anything? Man, I don't even have time to cook. At most, I will cook 2 eggs and maybe some mushrooms with it. Moist Andy's here, everybody. The amazing prophet from Virginia. In Virginia. I'm from Virginia, but we are now separated by much of the continent. And Moist Andy's holding it down in Virginia. How are things going at Amazon, Moist Andy? I understand your boss, Jeff Bezos, went flying to space and acted like a total fucking weirdo about it. The big laugh. You see that interview with him and his brother, Mark Bezos? Mark Bezos. We got up there, the atmosphere was so teensy, and it's amazing that this thing sustains life. You see that video where that reporter, he's just checked out mentally listening to Jeff Bezos talk. And also, it's so funny, Jeff Bezos and his brother Mark look so similar. They're both bald, they both have very similar faces. That Jeff Bezos, he had this huge cowboy hat on, like way too big for his head. It's like so that way you could tell them apart. Here's the park. I can't even see the screen now, it's so dark. But just how is Jeff doing, Moist Andy? Is he running your facility well? $19 hourly now, that's pretty good. But yes, you have lost my streams. You've been lost without me. And it's unfortunate that I just haven't had time, but it is fortunate that I've been working so much on the stuff I want to do. First of all, I am making a decent amount of money. I'm saving money. It's just, it's not about what I'm doing, it's my mindset. Am I letting it slip and think, oh man, you know, I'm just helpless, nothing's going well for me? And that's ridiculous, because I'm like, this could be the greatest thing for me if I want. And I'm still working on my screenplays. That's so important. I signed up for the next Corey Mandel class, Corey Mandel screenwriting course. So I'm in the middle of one now. We have our next class today. And I'm going to, after this one's over in August, gonna take the next one. I forget when it starts, maybe September. I signed up for it. But I'm just so sleep deprived lately. Every night I'm getting up 3:45. Why is this turn off? I didn't even hit the power button. Ah, man, this phone is weird. I've just been so sleep deprived, and I'm trying, like, even now I slept pretty well last night. I can still feel it, like I'm just recovering from that. I'm like, it kind of scares me. Like, how am I going to survive working on movies if I'm always struggling to stay awake? Somehow directors have to do it. They have to work often 16 to 18-hour days. Obviously, if I was working that much on set on a movie, I would, probably not be working out in the morning. I may work out a little bit during breaks on set, but I don't know. Hopefully I could schedule my films, because if I'm directing, I'd want to do that so that it's not 16-hour days. Maybe it's more days, but longer. David Fincher supposedly I heard from people who, were on the set or knew other actors who were on the set of, House of Cards in Baltimore. I knew like a few people who were extras on that, and they said, it was like brutal long days, not necessarily for them, but they knew other people who were there like, 12 hours, and they were allowed very few bathroom breaks, and it's just horrible, and horribly long hours. And David Fincher even said in interviews, like, I can't afford to care if you're tired or not. But that's TV, so that's one schedule for TV, punishing hours. What I remember, I have this memory, would check again, but for The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, his crew said, now I don't know how he does this, where their crew is ready to shoot like 10 minutes after the actors show up. Because every set I've been on, like, you get there and then you have to set things up. I don't understand how you have things set up beforehand. It can be like 3 or 4 hours before you get a shot in. But on The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, I remember somebody on the DVD extras saying that he scheduled 10-hour days instead of the normal 12, which meant they needed more days, but people didn't have to be as tired. So I don't know, maybe he did. I just always have to question, did I just invent that in my memory? Because there are things like that where I think I remember then and I'm totally off, or I just switched it up entirely. Yes, it is summer here in America, in North America, in the Northern Hemisphere. What's hemisphere in Spanish? Hemisfero? Hemisfero norte. But I was writing that screenplay Tuesday night. I did a page 1 rewrite of what I was working on for a few weeks, and I got sloppy and I didn't refer to the questions our screenplay was supposed to clearly make evident. Like, you know, who's the main character? What do they want? Why do they want it? I'm like, oh shit. I looked at it. I assumed it was clear in my head, and I looked at those questions. I'm like, this isn't working. I don't know how I'm going to rewrite this scenario that I had to change it. So I created a whole new scenario for the similar setup, because we were given a certain amount of setups where one character wants to do something, the other character opposes them. There are no other characters in the scene. It has to be set in like real world, modern day. It can't be like, you know, aliens show up or something. And it's just testing and pushing yourself to, you know, make for clarity and conflict. Because if you don't have that, and so many people struggle with that, the vast majority of screenwriters struggle with that, then it doesn't matter how clever you are or how interesting your characters are, no one's going to care. It's not going to be a great movie. It might be an okay movie, but that's it. Anyways, should I check my mail now? You all right with that? If I check my mail, they said at the T-Mobile store not to plug this phone in without the special charger that Samsung wants for it, because it's going to damage the phone. $1,000 phone can't even... Whatever. What am I complaining about? It's somebody, like, when I was poor, I would have looked at that and been like, who the fuck cares? Anyways, I'll go ahead and get the car adapter thing for this so it charges right. So I don't have it plugged in right now. Well, I got driving gloves. They're like a size too big. And loose. Like the tips. A little too expensive, but SPF 50. Sunproofed. Sun blocking. Check my mail in NoHo. Oh, that breeze is nice. It's still early, that's good. 9:26 in the morning. My children, I'm telling you, you have to get up early every day. It's good for you. You must. You must train with the family, with your family. I can't even get this phone situated right. This phone clip in my air vent. But anyways, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I should just give my 2 months notice and just move out, save money for the next 2 months. It's going to be hard because, like I said, even the deposit on a $1,200 a month place, it could be $2,000. Maybe not, depends on the landlord. One place I went to, I forget what the deposit was exactly, that place where the landlord was like, why do you want to stay for 6 months? And then he just wanted $300 as a reservation without a lease. He's like, oh, if you don't trust me, that's different. Fuck you. Cancel bed check. But I forget what that deposit was. It may have been the full month's rent, but some places can charge you a lot more than the first month's rent. And ultimately, you don't know if you're getting the deposit back. So all I can count on is trying to meet a cool landlord. Oh boy. What an ordeal that'll be. I suppose I'll see Jules and Jim tonight, the Secret Movie Club. Why not? Why fixate on it and get miserable about it? I'm like, hey, I got the money, I got the car, go right over. Talk to some people, maybe. I hate talking to people with masks. You always gotta be a little bit louder. Coronavirus rates are going up. So I'll just do what I can. But I do have YouTube. I have my children. You are my children, and you will never, ever leave me. I know you won't. Don't you ever leave your father. Don't you ever fucking leave me. This hood's a little too big too. It goes over my eyes. But it's good to spend time raising you, my children. I want to raise you right. Yard sale. Me gustaría comprar una chaqueta de un yard sale. Hay mucho fuma en el cielo in Los Angeles. There's a lot of smoke and smog in here. El aire es tóxico in Los Angeles. The air is poisonous. It's polluted. Look down the end of the street. It's all fucking smog. Ugh, boy. Get home, take a shit. Do more screenwriting practicing. I'll still practice on that assignment, even though I already submitted my assignment. Should I get this phone situated right? Another yard sale. Mom's talking about, when she might visit LA. She works until early August at the school. She's in the cafeteria because a lot of kids are in summer school because they had to miss school during the year due to coronavirus. And she's not sure what her schedule is after that, but maybe she'll come to LA. Not then, no when. Maybe Christmas time? Get to have a warm Christmas since it's always warm here in LA. She's always worried if my employers still like me. She's like, Angelo, do they still like you? Are they going to fire you? I'm like, no, Mom. They found out we're Greek. They saw my YouTube videos. They're like, that's it. You didn't report that on your application. So coming back home, I'll have to sleep on the roof of your house. And eat potatoes out of a bucket. What the fuck? Why am I behind people driving so fucking slow today? I was behind one person merging onto the freeway, and they slowed down so much, and we ended up backing up traffic. Like on the freeway that was waiting for us to merge. May not have ever merged on a freeway in LA before, or they may have done it 5,000 times and they just didn't know how. And I freaking gun it when I go on to merge into the freeway. Wow, the smog is bad. Looking down the road, I can barely see the mountains behind the haze of smoke. Cheech and Chong up in smoke. Which Cheech and Chong movie did they have the dope-a-thon? Where they had to, like, it was like a what do they call telethon, but for like who could smoke the most weed or something. I've never seen a full Cheech and Chong movie. I've only seen like parts. And then I saw Cheech and Chong in how the hell did they get in? Not that this was a bad thing. It just, how did they get into Martin Scorsese's After Hours? Again, not bad at all. I'm just saying, like, it just seems like unusual. He doesn't normally, maybe he does sometimes, but like bring in like popular comedic actors for, you know, for one of his films, but it was a good choice. I'm not saying it was bad. Just a bit of a departure for him. But then again, that movie was a departure. Maybe his only, like, this kind of dark comedy, although Goodfellas is kind of a dark comedy. Getting hot. Click like, everyone. It'll be the most important like you ever click. Yeah, that's it. I can feel it. I gotta go see Jules and Jim. I want to see that. Wait, who directed? Was it Francois Truffaut? Who directed that? I can't even remember. I think so. Pretty sure. No, Fellini? Federico Fellini, I believe. playing his films. Why do I keep saying Truffaut? No, it was definitely not Francois Truffaut. Francois Truffaut would have been much too young back then. Maybe not, but I totally forgot who Truffaut was. I've seen Truffaut. I know what he looks like, and I know what Fellini looks like. This Jules and Jim, why didn't anyone correct me? Don't any of you all have IMDb open while I'm talking? You want to fact check me? You just want to allow me to spew these lies? Yeah, it's a Fellini film, I'm pretty sure. They also played 8.5 recently. So they're playing Fellini films. Checking my mail. That's what I'm gonna do. This car always rolls forward when I let off the brake and use the emergency brake. How do I stop that? It's always a little bit scary. It's like, oh shit, I don't, especially if I'm parked close to someone, I don't want to roll my car into them. Hey, choosing one. Landlords are nosy. That's right. You're nosy. But I think I'm just going to give my 2 months notice and just figure out what I'm going to do from there. Move out of my place. The luster of it is kind of gone, and now it's just the crud. I don't hate it. It's just time to move on from my dopey, dinky roommates. Oh crap, how am I gotta get through here to lock the car because the driver's lock doesn't work. Get through all the bushes. Alright. Going to check my mail. I still got my mailbox in North Hollywood. Oh shit, I could have pulled right up to it. I normally park down the street so I can turn back around more easily, but whatever. I'll just walk. I could use the exercise. I went to the park even after my morning workout and did pull-ups this morning, a bunch of sets of pull-ups. A few dips, but I already did so many tricep workouts this morning, my dips weren't that good. So that was a no-go. North Hollywood. Burbank. Also, where should my mom stay if she comes to LA? Should she stay in an Airbnb? Should she stay in a hotel? Hotel's going to be more expensive. Maybe more comfortable for her because, you know, they'll have room service and everything. Not that she tends to use that. Airbnb can work. Nothing wrong with that. Well, there are some things wrong with that. The way Airbnb, B&Bs, do business, make rents higher. Airbnbs. Office chair, just sitting out here in the parking lot. Seriously, I could have just pulled right up to the place I get my mail from. Normally I don't like to because it's kind of hard to turn around anywhere around here and go back in that direction, but I forgot I don't stay there. I'm still used to doing that from when I was homeless. I'm thinking just put my mom in an Airbnb if it's cheaper when she comes to LA. So I know a hotel could be $250 a day or more. And I may have a good amount of money, but I don't have that kind of money. That is a whole lot of money. Talking about there. Alright, gotta put my phone in my pocket for this. Hi. Okay, way too close. Let me zoom out. Wait, what the hell? Message deleted by flying over trout? I didn't delete your message, Choosing. I swear I didn't delete it. What the hell happened? Did I delete it without looking? Hey, Choosing, just to let you know, I didn't delete your messages. You said landlords are nosy. I agree. And you said, "Ayo, Angelo." I don't know what happened. I couldn't see your screen, or I couldn't see the screen for the most part. Because of, thank you, FOT fans. I couldn't see the screen because it was so dark and, you know, the sun's so bright, but I don't know what happened, how your message got deleted. Anyways, don't take it personally. I didn't do that, or I didn't do it on purpose. Maybe it's this phone. Got my mail. U.S. mail, federally guaranteed. If you don't get your mail, they pay you. That's right. That's what the mail carrier always says. The postal worker always says, if you don't get your mail, we pay you. I can't respect this guy. He's got a Tesla, but he didn't have time to go in the right direction on the road. He was waiting to go on a one-way road in the wrong direction to get to where he wanted to go. And it's like, I don't respect you because you're a coward. You're scared you don't have enough time. If I need more time, I just get up earlier. And he's like, oh, I need to get somewhere fast. If I was in the car with him, I'd be like, I can't respect you. You're weak. You're a coward. I got all the time I need. My children give me more time. Each of you is a part of me. You're my seed. All of you fucking big overgrown baby. I need to go somewhere fast. It ain't gonna work. Warm. Yeah, I think I have money on like a Starbucks, my account there. I used to go there a lot when I was homeless. I got an email, I think, or something from them saying I have $17 on it. I should check. I don't even know how to use it. I forget how I should use it. I'm not getting any of those sugary drinks though. Just a healthy tea or some kind of vaguely healthy food, whatever they got there. Jules and Jim, a Federico Fellini film, if I remember correctly. Francois Truffaut was the French director who also had a part in Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind, not A Close Encounter. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Where'd my car go? Over here? No. Look, I'm just walking on the street. Jules and Jim. Damn, it's getting hot. Excuse me, I have some business to do. How's it going? So why is there an arrow for more comments and it's not showing up? Anyways, okay, it's 10 o'clock. I do have to get going back home. Got a class in a few hours. Got a lot of stuff to do. Thank you, my faithful disciples, for following me on this trek. We will have many more. I will try and keep making videos on a regular basis as opposed to just intermittently. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching.